Hello, yeah, Rick Sarnas here, aka Willis the Poet, poetry comic genius. Yeah, according to my mum, which is nice. My dad, not quite so generous. He wants to describe my poetry as slightly better than anticipated. Anyway, I'll let you be the judge. I'm going to start with a little list poem. Yeah, it's a bit like a poetry workshop. My set. Here we go. Mary had a little lamb, slice of roast beef, turkey, some boiled potato, seasonal veg, gravy, and a teaspoon of mint sauce. Nice. And that's called Toby Carvery. Thank you. Here's a little short poem about the Spanish Inquisition. Just to put that away now. It's called Spanish Inquisition. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition, except perhaps the Spanish. Thanks. So it's a thing now, isn't there? It's a thing. If you called animal-assisted therapy. Have you heard of that? Animal-assisted therapy. Basically, if you're feeling a bit down, a little bit low, then you can go to a therapist, animal therapist, stroke a guinea pig, and feel a lot better. Now, I'm not knocking that. That all sounds fantastic. But I thought it would be remiss of me as a stand-up comic poet to glaze over the comic potential of this scenario. So I wrote this poem. It's called Dog-Assisted Therapy. Pat the dog, that's dog-assisted therapy. Stroke the dog, that's dog-assisted therapy. Scratch the dog behind the ear, that's dog-assisted therapy. Cuddle the dog, that's dog-assisted therapy. Love the dog, that's dog-assisted therapy. Take the dog for a nice long walk, that's dog-assisted therapy. Groom the dog, that's dog-assisted therapy. Shake his paw, that's dog-assisted therapy. Roll him over and tickle his tummy, that's dog-assisted therapy. Kiss the dog, that's dog-assisted therapy. Fetch the ball, that's dog-assisted therapy. But picking up shit in a plastic bag, where's the fucking therapy in that? Great, brilliant. I'm going to read something now from the very brilliant top secret poetry notebook of Willis the Poet. I think everybody needs to know. I'm going to do an acrostic poem. I told you it was like a poetry workshop, didn't I, this set? So an acrostic poem is basically where you, if you take the first letter of each of the first words in the line and you read those first letters down the page, it forms a word. Yes. In this instance, it's gimp mask. Thanks. Gingerly, see what I'm doing there? That's the G. Gingerly. Yep, excellent. Gingerly dipping into the world of S&M, I purchased a gimp mask, mesmerised by the latex feel, preoccupied by the rubbery smell. Mark my words, though, an unattended mask is a kitten magnet, snoozing in its sweaty warmth, keen to leave a furball nestled in its darkened folds. Life lesson then. Right, this poem is about the perils of lunchtime drinking. I'm sure we've all been there. It's called Big Mac, fries to go. I'm standing in the queue thinking, what do I want? I want a Big Mac, fries to go. I'm next in line, so I say to the bloke, I want a Big Mac, fries to go. He looks at me blank, so I say real slow, I want a Big Mac and fries to go. Still no reaction. He's dead behind the eyes, so I repeat myself, I want a Big Mac and fries. Without explanation, he vacates his station, returns with a chap in a shirt and a tie, and I wonder if this fella, in managerial guise, will be able to give me my Big Mac and fries. I'm sorry, he says, we don't have Mac and fries, which I'm telling you now came as quite a surprise, and I'm about to get Larry and have a good shout when he holds up his hand and politely points out, I'm in Poundland. Thanks. 300 quid for a trip to the vets. Where's the fucking therapy in that? Who knows? Right, going to do some quick fire poetry now. Quick fire. Here we go. Look at that. Reading Festival. Am I the only one to think that words can be misleading? I'm here at Reading Festival, wondering where all the books are. Thank you. Lost cat. A colleague at work told me she had lost her cat, and it was only after I had asked, have you looked behind the sofa, that she said no lost, as in dead. Swings. When I was 7, I was pretty sure that I could fly, so I thought I'd give it a try off the swings in the park behind my house. Turns out I couldn't. Yeah. Passion killer. If you're going to impress on your big night out when you're in with a chance, when you're in with a shout, from experience, just do a quick double check that you haven't put your pants on inside out. Yeah, life lesson there. Here's a little haiku. It's like a poetry workshop, this set. Haiku. Sausage dog haiku. My dad's sausage dog resembled a fireside log. Now it's a hot dog. Cheers. The four horsemen of the apocalypse. Oh, that's a bit more serious, isn't it? Gallopy, 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 gallop. They sprint like dogs to reach the bogs. Dicky tummies from dodgy scallops. Could happen. Here's a history one for you. I went to Polytechnic in Leicester, and it turns out that for one whole semester, I was walking over Richard III. On my way, ironically, you might say, to my lectures on the limitations of the English monarchy in the latter Middle Ages. Yeah, there we go. Let's click fire out of the way. I'm going to do a giant poem now. Look at the size of that. Hey, here we go. Giant poem. I've written this giant poem, not giant in terms of content, just really big words. Thanks. Now, for those of you who know me, you know I'm always pushing the boundaries of poetry, ladies and gentlemen. So I've written a series of poems for performance on the kazoo. Yes, there we are. Picking that up? Excellent. It's in tune and everything. Yep, perfect. So this is a limerick for performance on the kazoo. Here we go. Oh, that's brought a little tear to my eye. That was quite moving. Thank you. Okay. This next poem is called Fat Balls. Goes like this. There's nothing I enjoy more than hanging out my fat balls. Delicious dangling dumplings, my fat balls. Tempting, tasty titbits, my fat balls. Attracting all the birds from far and wide, my fat balls. But yesterday, a squirrel got on my fat balls. He chewed through the stringy sack of my fat balls, and now my fat balls are flat balls. What's that, Matt? Now, a chewed up pair of Jimmy Chews. Where's the fucking therapy in that? Okay, I'm going to finish with this poem. So this poem was inspired by the very true story of a 74-year-old man who was arrested for giving his church congregation, ladies and gentlemen, cookies laced with cannabis. Oof, my kind of church. It's called the Cannabis Anarchist. It goes like this. He pops up at social functions where there is a heartfelt need for community-based donations and a lot of hungry mouths to feed. He brings his secret stash inside his Tupperware, his cookies laced with hash for everyone to share. He's bought some lemon sherbet dabs and he's stuck to all the dipping lollies, hallucinogenic acid tabs. In about an hour, they'll be off their trolleys. Inside his chocolate eclair, his modified creme fraiche delivers a 1,000-yard stare. That's brought on by crystal meth. He's put uppers in the cuppers, kibbles in the nibbles, rohypnol in the Arctic roll and whack in all the flapjack. There's purple haze in the canapes, proving flake in the carrot cake. He's even laced the margarine with A-grade street sauce benzodrine. And to feed his need for the sharing of joy, he's put crazy weed in the Savoy. There's rock in all the rock cakes, there's cake in all the other cakes, temazepam in the breaded ham and ketamine in the strawberry jam. He's spiked the tea with LSD, the sandwiches with ecstasy. There's even Acapulco red in his freshly baked banana bread. He's a one-man pharmacologist, the UK's Walter White, an all-star congregationalist doing what he thinks is right. So, to help us all, I've pulled some strings. And though it seems preposterous, he's down to do the catering at the Tory Party conference. Yes, #vote Labour. Thank you. Cheers.